Hey, babes. Ooh, girl, are those faux Locs? And is that Brazilian hair on the ends? What is that? Girl, I think it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. These are virgin hair faux Locs that I am absolutely, truly, truly obsessed with. This is a protective style that I was using to keep my hair kind of out of my way for a little while. And boy, did I fall in love with them. So if you want to see how I got this look, continue watching. I'm hard to find. You want a man. I'm just a guy. Busy as fuck. You know what's up. Okay. So today I want to do faux locks on my hair, but I'm not gonna do the traditional box braid, wrap the whole thing, no ma'am. The Jazz Nicole method, which I think is like super nice and it's fast. And not only is it a like I'm into clothes, so of course I'm gonna say upcycle. So it's like upcycling the traditional faux locks, and then even a step further where the crochet faux locks, which are even faster, but not quite as natural looking. It gives you kind of the best of both worlds. I don't know if I'm explaining this good, but she do it better. You can go look at her video and then come here because the style of mine better, because I love how hers comes out, especially on her, but my style is a little bit more boho. So I'm gonna go for a thinner look, and my inspiration is Zoe Kravitz. She, she real May-like, it's the life. Oh, don't look at my edges. Don't look at my edges. Don't do this. So the hair I'm gonna use, actually, I bought two different types of silky braid hair because I want them to be super duper long, and I'm gonna add some virgin hair at the end. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through the process that I'm gonna use. This hers, I think she did one similar to this, but it's a little bit different because I think that she lets her hair out around the sides, and I want it to be more goddessy, like with the hair out just at the end. I understand this probably will take a little bit more time, so I have to wrap the entire length of the hair, but I'm cool with that because I'm only gonna have about 40 to 50 in my head. I only bought 2 packs of the crochet gear. So back to this. I got this braiding hair and this braiding hair. I don't know why. I just was like, let me get both. And for the actual faux locks, I got the African Nature Braid Collection Singalese Classic Faux Locks in an 18 by Eve hair. These cutie, 18 inches, they long or whatever. Yeah, and in order to wrap the roots of the hair, which I am going to do, I don't know whether I'm going to do it on the whole head or just the edges to start off, because today's my birthday and I'm probably going to go out tonight. I got stuff to do, but yeah, because it didn't look like it's too necessary. I'm going to use her new and improved method, which I'll show you later. For the ends, I'm going to use this kinky curly hair from like a long time ago. I really don't wear weave anymore, but I have a decent amount like in my weave bag. And this is, I believe, like 18-inch kinky curly hair, and this is probably like a 14 or a 16. But I'm probably washing my hair in this style maybe once a week. If I feel like it's necessary, I might not, but I do want to grease my scalp a lot, so I probably will have to wash it. Plus my edges gonna be laid, glued, slayed, whatever you want to call them. What's that? Sounds good. Let's get to the tutorial. Okay, y'all, so clearly I have to do something to my hair because y'all are not gonna let me walk outside like this, right? I'm gonna start off by oiling my hair, and placing apart about 1.5 inches from like the nape of my head. And that's just because I really don't want this back row to be hanging on to a thin amount of hair. I was a little bit afraid that these would be heavier than what they ended up being, and I just like to not put stress on my hair. So what I did was I parted across from side to side evenly with the comb, and then throughout the row, when I was making like the sections, I would part with my fingers to create like organic parting to make these dreads look as natural as possible. And I would just begin to braid my hair. I didn't add the braiding hair into the root, so I fed it in after about 2 or 3 passes of braiding. And then I'm just going to continue to braid down the length of the hair until I get to about here, where I'm going to razor the ends. You can cut it with scissors, but it'll create more of like a blunt look, and I want the transition from synthetic braiding hair to Brazilian hair to be as seamless as possible. So every now and then I'm just checking to make sure that I'm not braiding past the length of the dread, because I want that to be able to cover up the entire braid and blend seamlessly into the Brazilian hair that'll be at the ends. So here I've razored the end, and I'm going to just add a little bit of wax, and this is just going to kind of slick this hair into the Brazilian hair, which I'm feeding in piece by piece, and I add about 3 pieces to each braid, and they're really, really small pieces. I want it to look natural, and if your dreads were beginning to unravel at the ends, it wouldn't be very, very thick. It would be more of a it would be more of a thin, kind of dainty amount of hair at the bottom. And then I'm just gonna secure this with a little bit of nail glue, and make sure you get it really, really secure, because you don't want the curls at the end of your hair to be coming out, you know. So here I'm finished with the first 2 rows, and I am obsessed with them already. I kind of honestly thought about stopping here just because, like I said, my inspiration was Zoe Kravitz, and she normally goes for just like the simple braided look. But her braids were a lot thicker, so I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and wrap them. And then once I co-washed the ends, the curls kind of started to pop. Here, I'm just crocheting the faux lock through the base of the braid. I actually lost the footage of me doing this the first time, so this is a few weeks later. And here, I'm showing that I'm not going to just pull through the end of the crochet lock, I'm going to pull the braid through as well. And this is the new and improved Jazz Nicole method that just allows for more of a seamless root area without having to wrap them with braiding hair. And here I'm just going to start wrapping. Now you can tell whether or not you're wrapping in the right direction by whether or not the wrap comes down after a few passes around. If you're going the right direction, it'll stay up because it just kind of coils around the braid. So here you can see I was going the wrong direction at first, and I'm just getting my life together and going the right way. And I like to go around the base of the braid a few times just to create like as seamless of a look as possible, because I decided that I did not want to wrap the roots. And now I'm just taking it down the length of the hair, making sure to keep the wraps as close as possible. And if you kind of drag your finger through the coil of the faux lock, it kind of stretches it out and gives you a little bit more of a surface area to cover up your braid with. But if you skip a few areas and you can kind of see the braid throughout some of them, which you clearly can in the back because I couldn't see, it's fine. I'm telling you, it's fine. No one's gonna notice, and it kind of gives it more of a rougher, authentic look. So as I'm approaching the end, I'm making sure that I'm taking the crochet past the area where I glued to secure the Brazilian hair at the end, just so it looks really, really natural. It's just like a piece of gorgeous curly hair coming out the end, as if your dreads were starting to unravel a bit, like little tendrils of hair. It's pretty. So you can see up close the roots all the way to the end. And sometimes once I'm done, I like to give it a little bit of a roll, and that just tightens up the ends around your braid or your hair. And that's it. Here you can see once I'm finished. This is a style that I wore a lot. I love like the little half up, half down look. This one on the left I wrapped, and it's a bit stiff, and the one on the right I didn't. I honestly did not like them wrapped. It looked a little bit more natural, but the flow of it was different, so I'll take it off. And here is my final look. I love them so much. I wore them way longer than I expected to. So if you try it out, let me know, guys.